Hey guys, welcome back to the Girls That Get It podcast with your hosts, Ken and Han. We're back for episode 13. I kind of feel like that's a lot of episodes, but also I feel like we just started.
I know, this is like our fave number, so like kind of
gosh, true.
We didn't like do anything special.
I know, I didn't even realize,
because everyone
to be
celebrates
honest.
Like 100 or 10.
Yeah.
We're here to celebrate 113.
Number 13, our favorite number. Hopefully this episode will be blessed then with all the good vibes since it's number 13.
Yes.
But yeah, you
manifesting.
You can go ahead and tell them what we're going to be doing today in this episode, Lovely 13.
Okay, so a tradition kind of on YouTube, and definitely a tradition Han and I started when we started our YouTube channel, was every year we create a New Year's resolution video. I know a lot of people think resolutions are like corny or a little cheesy, but I never think it's a bad time to set new goals, and a new year is always a great time to do that. But something I think even more important than just setting those resolutions and sticking to them is checking in periodically to see how your progress is going, if you want to modify any of your goals, and, you know, just kind of hold yourself accountable. And that's what today's episode is going to be about.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have written down all the things we mentioned in our 2022 New Year's resolution video. If you haven't watched it, you can. But also, we're going to talk about it so you don't have to.
True.
And kind of just like have a discussion about why we made the resolutions, how they're going, if we've accomplished them, if we still need to focus and get on it before the end of the year. Because we're officially 6 months in.
Yeah, that's why we're doing it, because it's like the halfway point of the year.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, let's reflect, see if we've accomplished these, how we can continue to accomplish them, and also add some like updated, maybe new ones that we want to try to incorporate for the rest of the year. Yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly. But it's funny because most of the time, like, we've never done a halfway of the year check-in. Like, we'll talk throughout the year, obviously. No. But we've never truly like fully made a video, held ourselves accountable, and like gone through the list and been like, okay, have we done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and how can we work towards doing it better, and what updated versions of these shall we instill in our lives? So it's going to be kind of fun. I'm a little bit scared. I mean, I know what I said already because we just watched the video beforehand, but I'm kind of scared.
It was a wake-up call for sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, uh-oh.
I will say what caused me to come up with this idea for an episode was back in the day when I worked as an RA, one of my roles was to lead the staff meeting every week for my team. And I had them set goals at the beginning of the year. And then 6 months in, I pulled out that list and wrote down all their goals and asked them point blank, how's it going? And it not only took them so off guard that I remembered their goals, but the fact that a lot of them had either changed or forgotten about that goal they set. And so it was a good check-in. So I figured for us, we could do the same.
Yeah.
But let's just hop right in.
Idea.
Do you want to start
into it
with yours?
Sure. How many do you have?
8.
Okay, I have 7.
3 new ones.
I have 7 plus 2 new ones, so maybe you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. So the first thing I said was make health my number one priority, mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, I was happy to hear that when I heard that back, that was kind of like my number one focus. I would say it's about a neutral. It's not bad, but it could be a lot better, in my opinion. I really think I've taken a lot of the time to mentally get myself in a better place than I was in January. I am thankful the society we live in now. There's so many resources and so many things that can help you with mental health, whether you're just having an off day or whether you are struggling with something bigger than that. And it really is a daily, constant kind of upkeep for everyone to just say, how am I doing? How am I feeling? And really just being in check with your emotions, your feelings, as well as, I don't know, what's going on physically. So that one I think is good. It's more the physical one. I have always grown up an active person. I specifically love anything cardio related. That's why I love dancing. That's why I love workout classes. That's why I enjoy like activities and running. But it was really college where I had to teach myself how to go to the gym and how to lift weights and how to do that stuff because I didn't have access to as many sports and activities of that sort of nature. So I had to learn to like love the gym, and I did fall in love with it, and it was a highlight of every day. But really, since moving home, I haven't enjoyed it. It's something I dread. It's something I happily talk myself out of more days than not. So that's kind of where I want to get back on it. And really, when you do love it, it's not a chore, and you always feel so much better when you do put in the time, whether it's a walk or weights or going to a exercise class. That's going to be kind of my latter half follow-up.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Yes.
Okay, my first one was, this one's so funny to me. It was funny to me when I wrote it, and it's funny to me now. My first one that I said was be less uptight. And honestly, I wrote this down because, well, obvious reasons. I don't want to be uptight. Nobody likes an uptight person. And it's not even that I had like a bad habit of being extremely uptight all the time, but I definitely was like realizing times and situations and instances where like I could have chilled out a little bit more. And I think I said in the video, I said I wanted to be more go with the flow instead of so like like this. And I will say, I think I have improved. I think I have. Okay. But I don't think I've accomplished fully, like complete. Like, I don't think I've fully accomplished it to the extent that I want. But I do think that I have improved a lot in a few areas that I was definitely more uptight in the past. That's really vague, I know. But I could still work on it. And I definitely like catch myself being a little stubborn, a little set in my ways, and not even stubbornness and uptightness are kind of different. But I think I have accomplished it a little bit. They can. I think I have taken steps to accomplish it, and I think I have gotten better. But I definitely have room for improvement still, and I'm always gonna say that I want to be less uptight because that's just one thing about myself that I know and I like want to work on. But I think it's in progress. I've noticed myself, and the only good thing, as I say, I've noticed myself in certain situations where before I would have like freaked out and handled it differently, and now I'm like, okay, I don't really care. Not that I don't care, but it's like, whatever. What's going to happen is going to happen. And I kind of realized that, like, that's just life. And there's no point in trying to be like, about everything when it's, like, out of your control, you know? So I think I know. Well, I was going to do, like, a movement, but, like, if you're not watching the video version, you won't see what I'm saying. So, yeah, I think I've relaxed a little bit, but still room for improvement. So
that's okay. I don't know. Progress is progress, baby.
True.
Okay, next on my list was to have better discipline. I would say overall, I do think I'm getting better at holding the value, like keeping the value that my words have, like really sticking to my guns, saying something and meaning it. As well as, which is funny because one of my new resolutions kind of implies that that's not true. So maybe I'm talking in circles. But I do think I've taken a better mindset because originally in the video, I talked about how in the past, I've always been like, I'll start tomorrow. I'll start next week. And kind of just like putting off the change instead of just choosing to change in the moment. And I do think I've had a more instant turnaround and being able to notice I'm either being negative, I'm in a bad mood, or I'm not bettering myself. Let's turn that around now. Similar to what Hannah just said, I do think there's always improvement to still be had, but at least I'm on the right path and being self-aware enough to acknowledge it, recognize it, and make a change when I can.
True. The first step is acknowledgement and like just knowing and being aware, you're already halfway there, because it's better than being unaware and then just like having this habit and then you're like, oh wait, I don't even know. Yeah.
Because we still are just in June, so sure, we're halfway, but progress is a better place to be than not even starting at this point.
Good point. Very true.
So good for us.
She said good for us for 10 minutes in. We're killing it.
True.
Okay. My second one, I suck. My second one is get more into fashion. Okay. I'm going to say I haven't accomplished this. But I'll say overall, no, absolutely not. I hate all my clothes still. I don't like anything, and it's just terrible. Have I put more effort? Have I put more effort this year into trying to shop for things that I like? Yes. But do I think it was successful? I don't know. Yes and no. Like, I love a lot of the things that I've got recently, but I don't think overall I have gotten more into fashion as a whole in the way that I wanted to, and in the way that I meant in that video.
That's a fair statement. That's a fair statement. I see what you're saying now. Because I was gonna counter you there, but I see your point.
Yeah, like I've definitely gotten pieces that I like and improved in that way, and gone shopping more than I probably would have at this point last year. But I don't think that has turned into a development and appreciation and love for fashion as a whole. You know,
I would agree with you on that.
So I partially have improved my wardrobe a little bit, but I have not really. I don't know why. I just think I'll never be that fashion girly. I just don't think I will be. I wish I could be.
I think you are now more than you think, for sure.
Yeah, not even that I'm not
out of the two of us, I would consider you the fashion girly.
Really? Okay, you know what? Also, I've realized lately, I think that I'm in a phase of insecurity, because I question everything that I do. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm like, my fashion sucks. Nobody likes me. I'm annoyed. Not like that, but like I just feel like I question every part of my existence these days. And I'm like, wait, am I insecure? Am I insecure, or do I just not know what life is right now? Or is it both? I don't really know.
I think you're in a self-discovery mode.
Yeah. But then, not to get deep on here.
Well, let's dive into it. I think it's also, yes, because I
hate this.
I see that in myself in some ways, because I like time to think about things. But what I was going to say in regards to your statement, because I've always got on you for when you answer, I don't know, or like yes and no, because I'm like, the whole point is to make a dang decision. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. It's just to have an opinion. But I do think specifically where you're at in life, getting ready to start a new chapter, deciding what you want that next chapter to look like, comes with a lot of like, I don't knows. And as someone that kind of just went through that and is on the ups and coming out of it, but still even going through work for the first time, it is a lot of I don't know. And I think you saw in me, specifically in my relationship, not even in my relationship, but that's where I first noticed it, is I began to doubt things I never used to doubt. And I was like, what is this? That's not me. Like, that's not me. And it wasn't the whole relationship by any means. It was really just the last week of it.
Right.
But you notice those changes internally. And it sometimes doesn't even have to do with the thing that you notice it in. And like for you, it might not be about fashion. Maybe it's about something else. But like you're saying, you're noticing it.
I'm just like, for some reason, doubting like every part of my existence, like I said. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Like, these things aren't true. Like, yes, people like me. I'm not ugly. I'm not a failure. I'm not boring. But sometimes when you're just like sitting with your thoughts and you overthink small things, you're like, oh my gosh, does that mean this? Am I that? Like, just like, I don't know. And plus I feel like transition phases are so hard.
Yes.
They're good and fun, but it's also like coming out of college and going into adulthood. I feel like it's like a big time of self-discovery, and I'm just like kind of like, wait a minute, hold on, somebody pause, because I don't know.
Well, it's also,
it's just confusing time of life.
Yeah. And I think we're also at a place now where we were so stable in a way with the college years, and like our families and even the friend group around us was so stable. We're getting to the point where as we become individuals, we're realizing, oh, I don't even like what I used to like or what I thought I liked. I don't want to be the person that I thought I wanted to be. So like, I know we've always gone by the like take your own advice scenario, but I'm realizing the reason why I'm not taking my advice is because it's changing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because we're changing. So I totally see that for you. I think it's normal for this time in my life, but I also get when you realize it's happening, you're like, dang, this sucks. Who am I? How do I get her back?
Yeah, exactly. So that's just a random rant sidebar, but
that's what we're here for.
I don't even know where we were. I guess it's your turn because that went from fashion to questioning existence to now it's your turn.
True. Okay, so my next resolution was to make, sell, and buy an NFT. And this is definitely one I have not started, made any progress, and don't really know if I plan to.
She said, I think we're going to cancel this one, guys.
I will say it's something I don't really want to make one at this point. I just think to have a legitimate project that would be taken seriously has a lot more time and effort than I have to give it right now. And obviously, if I want to do something, I want it to be of high value and high success. So the make part is definitely out, at least right now. I do think I would like to buy and potentially trade one, or at least join a community, because I do think cryptocurrency and that kind of space is still growing. I do think it's currently it like shot really up last year around the fall and then is now kind of on a downcline. But with Meta, with the metaverse, with crypto, with NFTs, I do still think that is potentially where the future is going as far as investments, or at least another space to be taken seriously. And you can see it in a few projects. Like I know World of Women has done really well. And I know there's an ape one, I think it's Bored Apes, that has done really well. And there is a creator, I don't know why I say it like that, but Logan Paul just recently announced his own NFT collection that has its original DAO and all this stuff. And the way he's done it, he's based it off of Polaroid pictures he's taken. And when you purchase the NFT, it's not only do you get the physical Polaroid, you get a membership into the DAO that has its own privileges that will continue to grow in value over time. And depending on what it's a picture of, you get an NFT version of it. But like say it's a picture of like his Prime energy drink. The person that bought the Polaroid of the Prime energy drink got a 1% stake in that company. And as I continue, like, so it's more than just an NFT. And then obviously with only 99, the project is called 99 Originals. So having only 99 projects in this collection, they're rare. Like there's only gonna be 99 people potentially in this community, and it's gonna grow, and then they can sell it for more when the benefits become so great. And potentially, from what I can tell, if you're part of certain communities, you get to vote on how things work and what value they have. And so to potentially have power like that, and who knows what kind of space in the future,
that's crazy.
I don't know. It just seems cool, and it'd be naive to not at least get one for somewhat affordable price. And still interested in it, but that's one I'll say I've completely failed and not put any time and effort into it. But I'm okay with that. It's been nice to watch and see the market kind of crash in a way, as well as find a project that I could or would invest in and just be happy because I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford his though. They're like selling for hundreds to tens of thousands per NFT. So
that's lots of monies. Okay. My next one is number 3, make healthier and better choices. When I said this in the video, I said it as like kind of a blanket statement, as in all areas of life, because I feel like most of the time when you hear somebody say in a New Year's resolution that they want to be healthier and all that stuff, they're talking about like going to the gym, eating healthier, all those things, which that is part of it, yes. But I think I meant overall, all areas, mentally, physically, all the things. Have I gone to the gym and had a workout routine? No, I have not. Unfortunately. I have gone here and there, but definitely not in a routine. Like what was it last? No. Actually, yeah, last summer I did. Yeah, last summer I worked like 6:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and I was really good about going to the gym after work pretty frequently for like an hour in the afternoon before I would go home, because to me it was like the perfect timing because I still had a lot of the day. But I have not been on that same routine, and I am hoping to regain that routine this summer, especially now that I have no responsibilities besides going to work and trying to figure out my life. I have no excuse. So that part kind of failed, fully failed, not kind of. Other areas, I feel like I've definitely put a lot more effort into planning out and trying to cook meals that I enjoy better and that are healthier. Like I'll use my air fryer a lot on weekends and look for recipes that that aren't just me making a box of mac and cheese on the stove and calling it a night. Or like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like the most college meal ever. I feel like I've put in more effort into like grocery shopping and cooking at home more. Definitely have my frozen pizza nights, don't get me wrong.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But I think I've done better as in putting in more effort to that. And then, yeah, I would say it's a 50-50. Definitely
I think
physical,
you have to for the food one for sure.
Yeah, which I'm happy about. I'm content, and I can only go up from here and realize where I'm not performing and perform.
Yes, can't have a comeback if you're in the lead, you know? Like
True. That's funny. I've never heard that.
Oh, really?
Not worded that specific way.
Yeah, there's some kind of saying. I feel like I might have butchered the exact quote, but you get the gist.
That's okay. You tried. All right.
Thought that counts.
Exactly.
Okay. Funny, my next one, me and Han laughing at when we heard it because it's a little ironic. My next one, I said, put as much effort into myself as I do my friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How'd that go? How's that going?
You know, let's just say the straw has been placed. That has broke the camel's back. I am done.
What?
I don't know. I really tried to do something there. It didn't work very well.
These metaphors.
Yeah. I'm trying to bring like something because it's kind of serious. We're in business mode, but I'm trying to make it lighthearted.
Right.
Yeah. I said it once and I'll say it again. My greatest weakness and biggest strength is how much I care for people. And I've just let it be my downfall too many times. And there are particular friendships where I have genuinely given and given and given and really haven't received a whole lot, if we're getting technical. And no, life is not all about what I get from situations. I know that. But it's getting to the place, and it has been at the place for a long time, that people are bringing me down. People are not making me feel good about myself. They are not supportive of what I do. They do not show up in the way that I want friends to show up for me. And I've just gotten to the place where I need to let them go. And it's not that I don't wish them the best, and it's not that I'm not still there for them, but my capacity and involvement is definitely going to change in their life, at least from what I can control.
Yeah.
And I say this in regards to that statement because this past weekend I really just saw that I still am putting even more effort than they even deserve into it. And sure, it was less than it was before, but it's knowing when to walk away and knowing when to like better yourselves. And I've always been in the era of do what's best for myself and be unapologetically me. And I'm tired of bending my rules for them.
Yeah, true. And that's not even like a bad thing. No. That's just you growing. And like you said earlier, I think it was in this episode. Yeah, it was. That like we're changing and things you want are changing. And that can also mean that different friendships are changing and things that you want in a friendship could change from what it was when y'all were friends years ago to what it is now. And just because you grow apart or decide maybe this friendship isn't long term forever doesn't mean it's a bad thing. That just means that people are changing and growing.
No, and they don't know this is happening. If they listen to this, they won't know it's about them. And I guarantee you they don't listen.
Yeah, but I was going to say they don't listen.
It's also the fact that I recognize I want to make these changes. I acknowledge and verbalize to my friends that I am making these changes in my life. They are actively happening, and I want these to be the new standards, and I want to be treated as such. And for them to continually, after verbalizing and vocalizing my concerns of what it has been and how I want to change that, for them to continue to do so and like speak to me and I don't know, very negative ways and degrade me. I'm not here for it.
You don't need that. No
one needs that.
No, yeah, nobody should
recognizing that.
Yeah. Okay.
But I will say, besides that specific friendship with those people, I will say in my other ones, I've been a little bit better at being a little bit more selfish and just saying, hey, I don't have the time to text you back immediately, or just not texting back immediately and picking back up 2 days later because I don't have the time, or I got stuff going on, or not sharing every single detail with every single person because you get the gist.
Okay. My next one is interesting. Be more social and make new friends.
Okay.
Let's see. Me too. I still definitely want to do this for sure. Probably even more now than I did when I wrote this in January, to be honest. Do I think I've been more social? Maybe.
I just got it.
Yeah. Do I think I've been more social? Maybe. Maybe. I could see maybe make new friends. Not really. Unfortunately, but
you meant it. You even said in this one when you specifically move and start a new job.
I did. And that hasn't happened yet. So it's coming. I feel it. But I do think I have tried to take opportunities to be more social. I wouldn't say it's like outstandingly like, yes, let's do this, let's do that, let's go here, let's go there. But I think I have tried to be a little bit more social with the people that I do have in my life, and just realizing that like I have the time now, so why not make new friends? It's coming. I feel it, and it hasn't happened yet.
Yes.
I'll talk to people, but I haven't. I think I said make more genuine friendships. And that is something that I am hoping to have opportunities to do soon whenever I do find a job and move and start the next chapter. Hopefully sooner rather than later, but whenever the cards unfold for me, they will, and it'll happen. So
it will. I see it happening for you soon. I feel a good change in the wind coming for you.
I hope so.
Why do I feel like you're going to find a new bestie and replace me?
Stop. That's not going to happen.
She said cut it out right now.
No, don't say that. Don't put that juju into the earth.
I'm telling myself to not get too comfortable.
Yeah, true. You're like, I've seen it go south before. I don't think I'm immune to that. Okay, it could happen to me. It could happen to anybody.
Never think you're immune.
No, no. You're not replaceable, for one, and for two, nobody is gonna be Ken and Han.
No
like
one.
There will never be a Ken.
Y'all, if you ever catch her with someone else's name beforehand, let me know.
That's what I'm saying. There'll never be a Ken to my Han, and I hope there's never a Han to your Ken.
No, there won't be.
Because if there is, I gotta fight.
Then you know what? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
You're right with that one. Okay. My next one I wrote, be more intentional with my screen time.
That's a good one. I should have said that.
This one hit home because I think specifically coming off the holidays, we do a lot of relaxing. We spend a lot of time on our screen. And specifically for me, with TikTok coming into the picture since quarantine, which I don't even know if I've really got into during quarantine. It's really been the last year.
After,
that thing just sucks you in. You know, my mom's, she doesn't like post, and she only follows me because she's loyal.
She is loyal.
But she'll scroll, and it's so funny, like, to watch her use it and like go watch her attention span like kind of be like ours, which I still view us as kids even though we're adults.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, it's like every generation is just sucked in. And then what she was telling me about what's on her For You page, and she gets the same people so consistently. She can scroll 10 videos and tell me who it's going to be.
Yeah.
Like she won't follow a creator she likes. She's like, I'll just keep scrolling until I find it.
Until they come back up.
It's not the same. And she's like, yeah, but it'll come up. And I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway.
She's confident. She knows the algorithm better than we do, okay?
Literally. I don't think I've really done a good job at this one, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, that's what
am hyper caught up on YouTube. I always typically watch like YouTube videos as they come out weekly. I'm not going to say the day they come out, but I'm usually not more than a week behind on the people I follow. And I am subscribed to a lot of people, you guys.
You are. I'm not. You're like subscribed to the whole planet, it feels like.
And I will say I don't watch all of them because some people I follow for different things, but the ones I want to watch, I do watch. I will say I do not watch any show super religiously. So an aspect that has changed.
Yeah.
Like I don't really enjoy movies. I'm beginning to not enjoy TV shows. Just it's partially because I know when I like something, I will get sucked in and I will want to watch it, and I'd rather go out and do things. So I don't want to start. It's like a commitment. Like I don't want that. But it's really the social media that I feel like I would almost say it's worse now than it was in January. I think in January I did a good job about it, but from March forward I've just been a little hyper focused, and part of that was maybe not being in the best mental place. I was looking for comparison. I was looking for validation, not as much as I was looking to compare and sleuth information. I'll admit it.
Right.
I'll admit it. But I definitely will say now I will go a good whole day with not even opening TikTok and be like, oh, dang, I missed it. Which is why I think I'm struggling to come up with content ideas. Because when I was cranking out 3 videos a day, I was on the app for a good 2 hours a day.
Oh, I know. That's so unfortunate. We have been talking literally so much about how like we have no content ideas. So if y'all have ideas, hit us up because we're struggling.
Right. It's because to have like we're so busy living. Like when she was in Texas, I was like, I need the content, but I was also like, I know she's out there living her best life because she doesn't have to be on her phone. But it's finding that balance. Like, how do I do it in the moment while documenting and then not
I hear
just
you.
doing all the things, you know?
I feel you, sister.
Definitely room for improvement on this one.
Yeah, me too. That wasn't even my resolution, but same.
Same.
Okay.
#same.
My next resolution is very short and sweet. It was get more tattoos, and I specifically named 3 that I wanted to get, and yes, I got them all. Check. I did that. Okay, thank you. Be proud of me.
There we go, team.
I did it. And that's literally
one off the list.
That's it. I did it in its full too. I got all 3, the 13, the teddy bear, and the grandpa signature one. So at least I did one thing that I said I was going to do. Yeah.
1 for 5 maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Something like that.
Okay. I laugh at the next one because it says read more.
Yeah. That's my next one as well. That's my next one as well.
Well,
I'll just say that at the same time.
We know how yours ends.
I just read a book, actually, right now. I literally just finished a book this last week, which I'll talk about in a second. But you can go ahead. Tell us how your reading journey is going.
I bought Hannah Brown's book because I was like,
you never finished it, didn't you?
Ease into it.
Did you finish it?
I didn't even finish the interlude. I read 2 pages, and I can't go back.
You only read 2 pages? I thought you read at least a chapter.
No, I don't like it.
Wow.
I didn't think
said I do not like it.
It has sat on my nightstand every day since then.
It's crazy.
I don't even think I'm gonna bring the book with me. I'm gonna say, Mom, you can get rid of it. Like,
oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy because I think we both used to really like Hannah Brown. Not that we don't now or that I don't now, but like something about her was very intriguing, very charming. So it's shocking to me that like the book didn't really do it for you.
I think it's a combination of things. I think one, I have really detached, and at least right now, I'm not really in the phase of enjoying The Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise.
It's gone downhill for real.
After Peter's season, downhill. like Tyler
100%.
Cameron, Hannah Brown, Peter Weber, that whole drama, you just can't beat it. And Matt James honestly was promising, and I love Matt James and Rachel Kirkconnell as a couple, but even his season I didn't think,
a little disappointing,
wasn't as entertaining and didn't give me what I was looking for. So since then, so then I watched Claire/Tasia's, didn't love it, and I even tried, I don't know who was after. Oh, it was Clayton was after. I didn't watch Clayton's, and I just haven't watched since.
It wasn't Clayton, because Clayton came from Michelle's. Who was Michelle on?
Was it just 2 bachelorettes back to back? Was it Claire/Tasia, then Michelle?
And then Michelle. I kind of think so.
I think so,
and then Clayton.
Too.
Yeah, I didn't even watch Michelle's, and I definitely didn't watch Clayton's because it got bad after.
Yeah.
It got bad.
Yeah.
It just is not the same that it used to be. It's really not.
No, and it's partially because we all know why they go on. And statistically, they're not making it. Whether they know it or not, they don't. There's just better things to watch.
Yeah, it's just changed. Yeah, exactly.
And I also really resonated with her because she went through the process on Bachelor and Bachelorette, didn't find love, and I was like, she's kind of a great single, and I really admired that. And then the whole quarantine crew thing, and they spilled the tea. And I just was never interested in finding out more, especially when the first 2 pages just didn't really suck me in.
Yeah, so, that's unfortunate. Because
no shade to her, because she's still stunning and everything. But
yeah, she is. That's you failed. I'm sorry. You didn't read more. That's okay. I failed also. I haven't read more until last week. I read a whole book in like 5 days. So I started its progress, and let me just tell you guys, this book, so good. I just have to say, I haven't read a book in a long time, so saying that like it's the best book I read in a long time is not saying a lot, because it's the only book I've read in a long time. But if you know me, I am not a reader, and the fact that I read a 300-page book in 5 days is very impressive. It was literally page turning. I could not put it down. I would literally bring it to work with me and read it when there was no customers, because that's how involved and invested I was into this book. Like, it's called The Wife Upstairs, and without spoiling anything, because I truly do think every single person who's listening to this right now needs to read this book. It's essentially about, where is it? I'm actually going to read the back of the book so that I can give you a better description than my own words.
Sure.
Because it's really good. Okay. It says, meet Jane, newly arrived to Birmingham, Alabama. Jane is a broke dog walker in Thornfield Estates, a gated community full of McMansions, shiny SUVs, and bored housewives. The kind of place where no one will notice if Jane lifts the discarded jewelry off the side tables of her well-heeled clients, where no one will think to ask if Jane is even her real name. Meet Eddie. Recently widowed, he has become Thornfield Estate's most mysterious resident. Ever since his wife, Bee, drowns in a boating accident with her best friend, their bodies lost to the deep. Jane can't help but see an opportunity in Eddie. Not only is he rich, brooding, and handsome, but he could also offer her the kind of protection she craves. Yet, as the two fall for each other, Jane is haunted by the legend of Bee, an ambitious beauty and successful entrepreneur with a rags-to-riches origin story. How can she, plain Jane, ever measure up? And can Jane win Eddie's heart before her past or his catches up with her? With delicious suspense, incisive wit, and a fresh feminist sensibility, The Wife Upstairs flips the script on Jane Eyre and a timeless tale of forbidden romance, ill-advised attraction, and a wife who just won't stay buried. It's good.
No, you got me with the last line.
That's what I was waiting for. I needed y'all to hear the last line, okay? It's a mystery, it's a drama, it's a love story, it's a thriller. It truly, I stand by this book in every line. The author is so good because I literally envisioned every scene, every character. Like, I could visualize it in my head. It's by Rachel Hawkins. Never heard of her before. But she popped off. It truly was a masterpiece, and I love and twists and turns at every angle. You think you know what's going to happen? No, the opposite happens. So truly, truly a good book, and it makes me want to read more. And it makes me want to read more of her books because she did really good. So definitely recommend that book if you like any of those topics that I just mentioned. It's good for sure, for sure.
Okay,
So,
we love to see it.
That's my take on reading.
Of reading? Well, that's good. I would say that counts because I am also not a reader. So one book would be a huge step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I realized as you were saying that I did listen to an Audible. So I don't think that counts, but
yeah,
it's better than I thought. It's better than I thought.
It's a half a point for counting. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. Okay, so is it your turn, my turn? My turn? Okay.
Technically your turn, yeah.
Yeah. So my next one was to make payments towards my college debt. And I will say the reason why I haven't even started to do this is because the student loan forgiveness program keeps pushing back when the deadline is to start paying. So I believe it is now August. Which I plan to start paying then, hopefully before then, now that I have a job and can allocate certain funds of every paycheck to go towards that. But yeah, that one I'm not mad about. And honestly, there is a potential for getting part of your student loans kind of just forgiven based off of what Biden has said and trying to work towards. So we'll see what happens. I think making education accessible to more people and making student debt and loans less frightening for people looking to get higher education would be great. So I don't know, just the thoughts on that.
Okay, cool. I have one more from last year that we're gonna reflect on. I said get more into music. Did I really do that? Not really. I meant that because I wanted to find new artists and find new, just like different kinds of music instead of playing the same playlist over and over again. And I think in the beginning of the year, I did that a little bit more than I do now. I kind of forgot about it after the first 3 weeks, to be honest. That's just one of those resolutions where I did it, like I said, for the first few weeks. And then I was like, I'm lazy. This takes time. I don't have time for this. But I do actually want to. I already know that by the end of the year I'm not gonna have done it like I want to, which I'm okay with it because this is one that like it doesn't really affect my life for better or for worse.
Right.
But I do want to find better artists. Honestly, I should just ask Sam to share his playlist with me because he knows a lot of good music, and I just like sometimes want a good variety. And yeah, it's kind of hard to find new music sometimes. Like it's a chore.
It really is. There's nothing
and
I want to do
dedication.
less in this world.
You're like, that's never happening for me. For the rest of my life, I will be listening to the same playlist.
Yes. If you know
I
me,
could honestly
you know,
see that. That's hilarious.
Yeah. The fact that you can find new music now. I will say TikTok's been a little helpful for me with certain things. It's nothing revolutionary, but I will find a smaller artist whose song's gonna go check out their other stuff.
That's happened to me a couple times too. So
yeah. Okay, this is my last one from January. I talked about I wanted to have the mindset of if they can do it, so can I, and potentially be more successful and do it with my own flair and better. During that time, we kind of touched on it earlier. I was just a little doubtful and I second guessed myself, and I knew I was a strong person. I was powerful and I could do things. So I definitely feel like I can cross this one off and want to keep it going because it really is such a great mindset to have. Like, yeah, you can do just about anything you put your mind to, and a positive attitude goes a long way. So believing in yourself and not just thinking, but acting on your thoughts is huge. Getting out of your head. So what I think we'll do now, though, is talk about some new resolutions that we're going to add to this list. And, you know, I think our lists are pretty good, but we're very goal-oriented people. And, you know, just looking to always improve. So now that we have reflected, we're going to talk about what we want to also do. I don't think I explained that very well.
No, we're just going to add some updated version or just things that we might not have said in January that we want to work towards accomplishing for the second half of the year, pretty much. Just some updated list of resolutions, adding to it. Just a little P.S. We want to do this and this also come December.
Yes. Well said. Well said.
I only put 2 because honestly, I still got to work on half the ones on my list from January. So I only put 2, and I think you have 3.
I do have 3.
You can go first then. What's your first new resolution? Let's hear it.
The first one I feel like could be tied into one I said earlier, but I wrote cut out the BS. And then next to it, I said be the version of myself that I have in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they kind of go hand in hand. I think I'm getting on the road back to like the person that I view in my head, but there's always been a part of me, no matter what phase of life I've been at, I'm like, I feel like I'm holding back a little bit. I feel like I'm either scared of others' perceptions or scared of their opinions or how it might affect my life. And all those things are definitely things I will continue to take into consideration, but cut that out. Like, truly live for you and make yourself the person, or make myself the person that I think I am in my head.
Yeah.
And that cut out the BS also goes to X-nay the drama, X-nay all the things that don't serve me. Just make myself that version and do whatever it takes to get there.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is valid. You know what I just realized? I don't want to say this right now, but I just realized it and I'm mad at myself. I forgot to ask literally my best question from the last episode.
Oh,
I'm upset because it was literally, yes. And I had to say it now.
Okay.
Before I forget, because I must have accidentally, like, I had a list going and I checked it off and I must have accidentally checked it off and didn't see it. I'm salty because it's my best question, so I'll ask it at the end of this.
I knew you were one short, but I was
me
like,
too, because you had 2. You had 2 extra, and I was like, wait, how?
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
Okay, so my first new resolution is to invest more time into myself and just like focus on bettering myself as an individual, and just like kind of like I said earlier, all these doubts and questions and confusing things about life, I just kind of want to figure that all out and like focus on being a better version of myself, coming into my own, and all of those good things, and making time for me.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that made me so happy for you.
And that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. Not much explaining to do. That's literally. I love that. That's all. That's all.
A great one. That is a great one. Proud of you for Thanks. That. My next one is develop a classic and timeless wardrobe.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I feel like I'm well on the way. But I can't lie, I do fall into getting a few trendy things. And recently, don't quote me on this, but I've been into a little bit of color, a little bit of flair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not too much, but just a little statement piece.
A little something here and there.
But I definitely want to get more pieces that I can wear to work, as well as pieces that I could wear to work or casually, because I just enjoy them.
Yeah.
And just really taking that next step to be not a kid in jeans and a t-shirt.
I know, it's so hard. It's not, but it's like we're becoming adults, and it like we can't just put on a pair of biker shorts and a tank top and go out and about. Like, we can on our off days, sure, right, but like we're evolving. We're
Yeah. And I also want to begin to enjoy wearing the other things, which when I put them on, I realized like it's really not that bad, and it's kind of hot in its own way. But just embracing all that. Yeah,
for sure. Okay. I have one more. It's pretty simple, but it's to start a new hobby. And the reason I say this is because, one, I just want to start a new hobby because I want something to do to fill my time besides coming home and watching TV or coming home and sitting on my butt, And also, I think this will be a good way to help me accomplish making more friends and being more social, because when you find people who like have similar interests and you all can come together and do all these different things, it helps. And especially when you're in a new city, I feel like which hopefully I will be. I mean, I don't have like a set plan to be somewhere, but I'm looking to leave where I am now and hopefully will be. And I know wherever I end up, I'm probably not going to know many people, if any. So trying to start a new hobby, whether it's some recreational sports team or activity, or I wouldn't ever probably do knitting because I don't think that's for me, but something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's cute.
Where
I think it also, like, sometimes the location you go helps determine that.
Yeah, true. Because like for you, being in Colorado, there's a lot of outdoorsy things going on. So
yes,
something like that would be applicable to there, or being wherever. I know one of my friends recently moved, and I think she started doing like some aerial, like, cool
the
thing.
Drake,
you know what
thing.
Yeah. And she was saying like how fun it is, and that she would have never done it before, but that it's like made her develop new friendships and like find something new to like relax her and be fun. So something like that I want to find and enjoy and make new friends through it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's exciting. We love a hobby.
Don't know what it'll be. If anybody has hobby tips or advice or recommendations, let me know, because I don't know, but I'm gonna find something.
Yes. Well, my last one's short and sweet. It's a one-liner.
Okay. Oh,
you'll
nice.
like it.
I love that.
My last new resolution is take my own advice.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yep.
True.
Yep.
Good. That's all that needs to be said.
Yep. All right. So I guess I'll turn the floor over to you so that you can ask your, basically, we just filmed an episode where we did a Q&A at the end.
Yeah.
We intentionally coordinate how many questions so that we each get to talk kind of around the same amount. Mm-hmm. So Hannah forgot to ask me that. So she's going to ask me a question. At the end, she had 2 extra questions.
I left out a question. I think the way I had it in my notes, I accidentally checked it off and it like went to the bottom and I missed it. And I'm salty because it was one of the best questions that I had on my list. So if you didn't watch our last episode or listen to our last episode, go listen for context and then come back to here. Or actually go listen after, okay? This is a sneak peek. This question right here is a sneak peek, and it's a good one. So let me just ask before we explain why I'm asking it for the next 5 minutes. Okay. What are you most excited for about this new chapter, and what are you most nervous about? What are you most excited for, and what are you most nervous about?
Oh my gosh. I'm excited about everything. That's hard to pick just one.
I know. I thought it was a good one, and I can't believe I forgot to ask it.
Oh my gosh.
I know there's so much you probably don't even know, but like
it's I just all of it. I'm trying to pick. I'm like running through the option in my head. I'm like, well, I am excited for that and that and that. I mean, I think the biggest one will to be work. Like, I just got a call today from, I guess she's definitely above me, but like I would call her probably my supervisor, and the woman that did my initial interview and just has really helped me along the way and is going to be very involved with me being there. Yeah. And she was like, I got your laptop in, I got your phone in, I have all your paperwork. We're so excited.
It's real.
Here's like the rough hours you're going to work the first 2 weeks. I'll send you more details. And she's like, is there anything I can do to help you? And I told her, I was like, I think I'm okay. I'm getting ready to, like, I'm officially like moving out there Friday. My lease starts Sunday. So like, I don't know. And she is just so excited about life and work. So it makes me even more excited for it. And she's like, we have so many people that are in the same boat as you that just got here. So you guys can all be friends. And she's been great to connect all of us. So just having someone that's that eager and passionate about it and like is like getting me excited for it. I'm like, I'm not even sure. It's going to be fun. That's my new hobby, is going to work.
Yeah.
She's good. Like, we have a paid parking pass for you. Like,
all the things.
Yeah.
She's making you excited about it instead of being like, oh no, I got to start work. She's like making it's going to be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess a little extra nugget of information. The company I'm working for is very, very, very high end. And even though I like nice things, I think this is beyond like what I thought I would do at this point in my life, as well as kind of way beyond my budget, and just like so beyond even what I know as far as taste goes. It's just so luxe, so excellent. So I'm really excited to experience like the finer things in life. Like I truly think
I feel like you're gonna get a lot of inspiration and like new ideas and just like just everything.
And I agree. And I think the people that I'll interact with on a day-to-day basis are just going to be so elite in so many ways.
I was about to say that.
They'll have so much knowledge and insight on things that I couldn't even tell you about or even know that exist. They'll tell me things I never saw coming. Yeah. And that's also why I think my transformation and change will be so different, because I hope I don't turn into like a snotty brat and like want only
I don't think
things.
You will.
I don't think you will either.
I'll be like, cut that. Don't.
Yeah, cut it. But I'll also know what's out there, and I will get to have this refined palette of wanting nice things and good experiences, and hopefully also making connections that can help me in the future, whether it's with friends, relationships, home decor, everything. I don't know, whatever else.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Cool.
But thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. We hope it inspired you to take a look at your resolutions for this past year. Check in, see how you're doing. Give yourself that tough love and be honest on where you're at, because we all need it sometimes. But be sure to like and subscribe this video if you're watching on YouTube. Leave comments down below of anything you want to see, or rate us 5 stars if you're listening on Apple or Spotify. We love you guys so much. Follow Hannah and I each on our individual channels. She's at hranzuli on all the things, and I'm at Kinacasto. But that's going to wrap up this episode, and we will see you in another video soon. Bye.
Bye.